Welcome to Boxing Media Hub, another evening of live entertainment by the boys, me, Jam, and Sweden's best, Håkan. And we are, well, Sid Zabba. We are going for a live prediction show once again, proudly in partnership with Falcon Contracting and Jam's Boxing Chat. Let's go for this one. So, Jam, we've got a cracking fight here. Give us the lowdown.
Yeah, it's for the WBC Super Welterweight World Title. It's between the First Lady of Boxing, Cecilia Braekhus, and she's fighting Maricela Cornejo. It's a tough one to pronounce, but she's a tough fighter. This girl's been in there with the likes of Clarissa Shields, HH Diva twice. She's had some great fights, but we know the First Lady's been in tough too. She's beat some top talent. This promises to be a cracker. So let's get down to action, mate. Let's see what everyone says. Håkan, I think you should go first on this one, mate, because you probably know more about both than both of us.
Okay, thank you. First, the title on the line is the WBC Interim World Title.
Sorry,
that's the one.
Yeah.
Emma Cousin still has the world title.
Why didn't she make this fight, Håkan? Do you know why she didn't make this
fight? The reason for this is that the fight was announced very late for the date, and Emma Cousin couldn't get visa in time. So, so that's the reason for that. Golden Boy contacted Maricela Cornejo with a 1 week notice. Last Saturday, I believe, they contacted her. And so the question is now, how prepared is Maricela Cornejo with 1 week notice to the fight? But I think if Maricela Cornejo had been had 3-4 weeks to prepare, she would have been much more difficult for Cecilia Braekhus than Emma Cousin. Maricela Cornejo has been mostly in higher weight classes, and her height and reach is much more bigger than Cecilia has. So Maricela Cornejo has fought Cruz Desan twice and in world title fight, and Clarissa Shields at middleweight. But she has fought in super welter in her last 2 fights, and the second fight backwards was a win against Natasha Jonas' former opponent, Candy Wyatt. That was a good win. She won it clearly on decision. So I think even with 1 week notice, this is a risky fight for Cecilia Braekhus. And the question is, how prepared is Maricela Cornejo on 1 week notice? But this is a great fight with just 1 week notice.
Yeah.
So I will go with a close decision win for Cecilia, but Maricela Cornejo is a tough operator when she had much more reach, and she's much bigger than Cecilia in height.
Wouldn't be surprised, Håkan.
How do we follow that, Jam? Let's be perfectly honest. How do we follow that?
He's pretty much covered it, mate. But for me, obviously, the First Lady is one of the greatest boxers. Let's give her her props. The Norwegian has graced the game so beautifully over the years. But she is 42 now. She's getting to the end of her career. She's not got that much left, let's be truthful. Although, I don't mean this to sound disrespectful, female fighters can fight on a bit longer than males because they don't take the same kind of punishment over 3 rounds and over 12 rounds. They can carry on a little bit longer, but she's still 42. Cornejo, I know she's, 37, is she? She's took a few wars herself, like she lost to Shields, like we said, the HH Diva, the heavy-hitting Diva, twice. She's lost to some big game operators. But I don't know. Even at a week's notice, I still thought Cornejo might come and actually put it on Braekhus and maybe stop her. I've just got a feeling. I don't know why. I just think Cornejo's going to come and just be a little bit too big and a little bit too strong. And I think this will be the last time we ever see Braekhus in the ring. That's my thoughts on it, mate. What about you, Joel?
Do you know what? When I saw this and like our lady expert Hawkan was saying that the lady expert makes it sound like a
the female guy. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, what a title!
There's worse titles out there. Believe me, I've been called a lot worse.
To be fair, I've heard a lot worse. That was just about Jam.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've just got a feeling. You know, Braekhus. She is no doubt one of the best to grace the ring, in my opinion. A real, as you say, solid professional athlete. She's been in there with the best. I loved her fights with McCaskill. I thought they were great fights, absolutely brilliant fights. But do you know what? Even at 1 week's notice, look how fresh she is. Cornejo. She's coming in. Just reading it. 20th of July was her last fight, and she's coming straight into this one. She's going to be buzzing for this. What an opportunity to take it a week's notice. But you're fresh. You're ready to go again. You know, Braekhus hasn't been in the ring since Terry Harper in October 2023.
The draw was the last one. But she did beat Callie Reese before that and Ivan Habazin, so she's been in with some great operators herself.
But it's more the case
of underestimating her because she's a good opponent. Trust me.
100%. But I just think she's been out of the ring since October. It's a long time, and that was what a majority decision draw, wasn't it? So it's one of those you almost think, was that the beginning of the down? Because no offense, Terry Harper, she'll say it herself. She's not operating at the same level as she used to be either. So, you know, as much as it breaks her heart, Jam, I'm sorry, but
hopefully she will be by the time she gets to Rhiannon Dixon.
I hope
she will be back again then. She didn't against Sandy Ryan, obviously, but she will in the next fight. It was just a bad blip, just a one-off.
But we'll get onto that another time. Cornejo, I just think she's going to do it. And I think it's going to be one of those where she takes it on points. But I think she's got to make it convincing on points because it could just go to Braekhus being the sort of the favourite. But that's no credit to her. That's no disrespect to her. But she's going to want to go out on a high. But I just think Cornejo, I think she's going to get the job done that night. I think it's going to be on point.
I know that Cecilia Braekhus' team with Tom Loeffler and Emma Cousin has tried to get this fight over the line in 3-4 months, but they haven't found a location and a promoter for the fight. That's the reason the delay of Cecilia Braekhus. They tried in England with Queensberry, but they couldn't get the fight over the line for the July show in Birmingham. I think it was.
Something's not right.
Yeah, so for Cecilia, this is too risky for me. Her plans was to win against Emma Cousin and then have a homecoming in Norway as her last fight. A world title fight home in Norway. But with this, it's just an interim title. So even if she wins, she has to face Emma Cousin for the title. So the question is, if Cecilia wins, will the Emma Cousin fight be her last one? And I think that she will have a homecoming in Norway as her last fight, regardless how the fight ends on Saturday.
100%.
Yeah, and she's going to have that homecoming. She deserves it as well. She
She has
deserves
to.
it. But she had an 18-year
Yes.
boxing career. She's an absolute legend of the game. Other than
Yes.
like Jane Couch and Layla Ali and a couple of others, she set the trend for female boxers. And being out of Scandinavia as well, she set a trend for Scandinavian boxers. She set a trend for a lot of boxers. I know a lot of
Yes.
female boxers that said, like, I want to be like the first lady. I want to fight like her. I want to get the big fights like her. So she's
Yeah, she
proven
was
her
the first
worth.
undisputed champion in the female game.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? That's
Set the
why
bar.
she's the first lady. People look up to her, and she deserves to go out on a high. I would hate to see her get knocked out in this fight, and that be the end. I would hate it. I hope somehow she gets through this against a much bigger, stronger opponent, and I hope she gets that Norway homecoming, maybe against Emma Kozin or somebody else. I just hope she gets that chance. I really do.
Yeah, maybe they try to get the homecoming, if she wins, the homecoming against Emma Kozin in Norway. But the question is from Cecilia, can she have that fight in Norway? Can she get backed with a lot of money to have the fight in Norway? That's the question.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're going to need a big ticket seller over there, and you're in Oslo. You're going to need a big ticket sale. So
yeah, and she needs a big sponsor to get the fight over the line in Norway.
Yeah, and it's very expensive to visit for the fans as well. Norway is a very expensive country to visit. Like,
yes.
My brother lived over there for a while. He worked over there for Apple. And trust me, he said it's the most expensive country he's ever been to. And he's lived in the States, Australia, New Zealand, Britain. He said Norway was the most expensive country he's ever lived in.
Yeah, it is. But for me, from Sweden, Swedish krona is so weak to the Danish krona. So for me, Denmark is more expensive than Norway.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it's just because the Swedish krona is so weak to the Danish krona.
Yeah. It's the amount of money you get for your transaction of your money. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We've got a boxing lesson and we've got a currency lesson as well. So there you have it, guys.
Can't go wrong.
Home. Let us know in the comments how you see this one going. Braekhus versus Cornejo. What a fight this is going to be. And you know what? Full credit for Cornejo for taking this at a week's notice. What an opportunity to take, and what a position this could put her in if she beats the almighty Braekhus. Let us know in the comments. Give us your predictions. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the rest of the content. Jam and Håkan, thank you very much, as always. It's nice to see you. And
thank you.
Yeah. Go on, Håkan. Now is your time.
Have some of this.
Have it. God bless everyone.
God bless, lads.